A woman in Pennsylvania apparently received a fake letter this month letting her know that she had been selected by Joe Biden and Kamala Harris to take part in a program that 100% does not exist to make her house into dormitories for migrants or refugees or something like that. The letter was sent to Elizabeth Bennett from the Pennsylvania Congressional Office of Immigration Affairs, which is not a thing. And here is the actual letter. And when you look at it, it looks pretty legit. They printed it slightly like an angle, and there's that seal, and it says Pennsylvania state seal at the bottom. I don't even know if that's what the real ones do, but you would believe, especially if maybe you're older, and they've got like, please expect your charges, your refugees to show up. And then they put in the date, like a bunch of these have been printed out, and then they were doing the thing. It's clever in that way. And deeply, deeply racist also. Here is some of the text of the letter. Congratulations, you've been selected as a Wayward Steward exchange home for homeless immigrants and victims of foreign wars. It says that you'd get $80 for food and you'd get government approved bunks. Oh, nice, they'll send you beds. Thank you for your dedication to the health and safety of these future Americans. And you get what they're going for there. It's not enough that like, no, you good white person, there's gonna be immigrants in your place, but it's because we're gonna make them into Americans. So you don't matter. Your house isn't your house anymore. We're just gonna stuff a bunch of people that you didn't accept in there. And they're all gonna be from other countries, so it's super, super scary for you. And eventually they'll be turned into citizens. So not only is your house not yours, but your vote will be diluted too. And so this is just, I guess an unsurprising evolution of the Great Replacement theory, which used to be a conspiratorial thing that you'd read about on literal Nazi websites. And now it's just 100% normalized across right-wing politics. In the same way that talking about pedophiles eating baby faces used to be a QAnon thing, now it's just their thing. They just all believe it. All of the TV hosts, all of the candidates, all the media, and the vast majority of their voters believe it. And they will find this to be totally fine. Right wingers, if they saw it, they'd be scared, but they like that this sort of thing is being sent out. The idea that, well, we want people to believe that they don't matter anymore if they're white Americans, if they're citizens, they're all being replaced. So yeah, let's just scare them with myths and with hoaxes and all that. And they think that that's fine. So it's not real. None of this is true. There's no law that has done this. Like if it had been passed, you don't think that you would have heard about it on Sean Hannity's program at this point. Like how could you possibly be taken in by this? But I am sure that some people will get the letter and they'll be scared, And so here is what the actual woman said in response to this. I could definitely see, even for me reading this letter, it felt threatening, even though I'm very pro-immigrant, because it felt like something that was being imposed on me. And that's a good person just living their life and trying to get along. But again, and we'll close with this, with all of these hoaxes, when you have stuff like this, or you have the robocalls that lie about things, the people doing it and setting it up, they know that it's not true. Like they would purport to actually be terrified about America being taken over by migrants. But from their perspective, what is actually going on is not scary enough. It's not persuasive enough. So I need to come up with something fake to terrify people about the thing that I say I'm terrified about. Like in their hoax, they admit that things are not that bad, that reality is not persuasive enough to make people as racist or xenophobic as they themselves are, they wish Americans were. We're a very racist society, and they're trying to make us worse, but they need to lie to get us to that position, which is not only terrible, but also deeply sad.